Welcome back, sports fans. Here we go, another video, more upgrades. This time we're doing a triple upgrade. So first off, we're doing our throwing coach. That's going to benefit 4 different events, as we know. So shot put, discus, javelin and hammer. Also doing the legendary 2, as well as the champion 1 for discus. So this is going to give us hopefully a really good discus. You would hope so anyway. You can see there the different cards, you can see the different levels. So discus, we are at level 15. Oh, okay, we've got some additional benefit from doing this as well. There we go. So javelin, by upgrading to 15 on our purple card, it's given us an extra 100 power. Always something to look out for. We really haven't seen that much, but as we start to go to level 14s and 15, the 15 is giving better power versus level 13 blue cards. So we'll start off with shot put. So we're probably going to go in order of that we think we're going to probably get the most impact. So shot put and hammer should be the least amount, followed by javelin and then discus. So here we go. Hopefully we can get a good start. Let's see if we can get a PB. So it's a good start. Oh, just off on the last one. Oh, and that's given us a PB straight away. So there's quite a bit of extra wiggle room there. See if we can do that in the next 2 throws. So you can see they're adding on 0.11 for the first bit. So, but there you go. So the throwing coach really does have a big impact. From a shot put perspective. Let's go again. That's not bad. It's not as good as the first one. It was slightly off on the second and equally off on the third. Let's do the third go. No, my luck, this will be terrible, but let's see if we can get that final piece. No, okay, that's not going to be good enough. Definitely not good enough. I needed the second and third to be perfect. One of the things we do know, the second and third taps are the most important in terms of adding distance. You can be slightly off on the first, but if you get the other 2 nailed on, you will still throw a very long throw. You're better off just missing the first. If you're going to miss any of the 3, the first bit is actually the one that you probably want to miss. So we'll give hammer a go now. Trick with hammer is going to be trying to get 4 perfects. I don't know what you guys think, but it's getting harder, and well, it's definitely harder than it was when it first came out to hit perfects, especially to hit 4. I think most of the time you'll get 2, 3. So there you go. Just quickly reset the timer there. Realised it got to 1. Just wanted to just make sure that I was ready for it. So I reset it back to 8 seconds. Here we go. Good start. Good start. Excellent. Wow. Okay. Well, our first hammer throw is absolutely perfect, and it didn't give a PB. Now, that could largely be down to the fact that... hang on one sec. It could be largely down to the fact that... that's a good start. Okay, it's gone. Yeah, you really do have to get the centre of these perfects. I've spoken about it before around variance. You've got perfect, perfect, good perfect and bad perfect. Same as you have on all levels, so you can get a perfect good. The difference between a perfect good and a bad perfect is minimal, so which is why sometimes we can do that. So okay, that's gone on the first one. Yeah, sometimes we can actually get on something like this, you could get 3 perfect goods and 3 bad perfects, and the distance could be very, very similar. So there is quite a bit of drop off when you get outside of that dead centre zone. Imagine working from a scale of 100, and if we said the perfect was from 80 to 100, for example, that's quite a big difference in variance. Even if it was 10, That's still a big difference in some of these. You know, that's why we can do 4 perfects and be 500k out. I'm just going to clear space for my next box. I do believe in making sure we have the space because I don't want stars to go to waste. Alright, what am I doing? Right, next up is going to be javelin. Okay, there we go, javelin lined up. So javelin, we got the extra 100 boost. We're going to have to hit 2 perfects for a start. Javelin is one which can be very temperamental. You can hit 2 perfects. I feel like javelin's one of these. I would say it's the throwing event with the biggest level of variance. And if you've watched my video on the sprints, and we've got more of those to do as we go through the events to understand variance. But javelin is one of these where there is a lot of variance. Well, we didn't get 2 perfects. That's a good start considering we didn't get 2 perfects. So there probably is some PB material in here. Just got to wait and see whether we actually get the PB. Okay. Felt like it lagged a little bit, probably just myself. And I needed slightly more on the angle. 1 attempt left on javelin. And we're short again. Just not quite hitting the angle, and I think that the perfect tap was a little bit early in the bar. I mean, I'm trying to see if it shows us there in the background. I think it is, but you can't make it out. But we've got 4 stars. Let's clear some space for more star activity. I do think we probably need to give this javelin one more go. Can we hit the double perfect? Because until we do that, we can't really tell whether there's going to be a PB. We've got 1 PB out of 2 events so far. This is event number 3, so let's see if we can get event number 3 perfect. It's better. Feels a little bit high on the angle. Okay, we got close. So about half a metre to my PB. That felt better. That feels better. Closer to the line. Is it? It's a slight improvement as we're now over 98 metres for javelin. So that means we are 2 out of 3 for PBs based on a throwing coach, and obviously javelin has the benefit of having that level 15 purple replacing the 13 blue. And another good throw, and that one's short. See how you can see the variance there. You know, you choose the perfects, and I've seen people make comments going, well, I hit perfects, how has someone thrown more than me? Especially when doing the Nations Cup, whereby you have the same stats, so you can sit there and go, I've thrown 2 perfects, but there was a variance in the perfects. So that was good to see. So now, the big one. Let's get discus going. The hard bit here is going to be throwing 3 perfects, because we know discus is one of the harder events. It's definitely the hardest throw to nail 3. It's hard to give someone a tip for it. I would say my one tip would be rhythm. So that's a little bit, okay, not the greatest start. You should really be getting a perfect on that first bit most of the time. The fact that we haven't is it can knock your rhythm going through. Okay, we got the perfect this time. Perfect. Oh, and a good. Still a decent throw. 78 through. Okay, so 0.4 out there, which could be the difference between that last perfect. It's not as big a gain as I was expecting, to be perfectly honest. That's a good, so this is a rubbish one. But you can see there, that was a really good example of, you know, this part 2 and 3 where you have to tap. the second one was much closer to the actual line to get a perfect. Third one further away. Both were good. Hence why that wasn't a great throw. Okay, probably want to. Yeah, okay. Let's open the box. Let's do one more. Let's see how we do. See if we can get 3 perfects. I would probably say that out of every sort of 3 attempts at the event, I would get at least one, with 3 perfects. It is just that rhythm, and sometimes you either get it, you don't. I.e., you're in the rhythm and you find it really easy to get it. Oh, that was probably a perfect good, and they weren't too bad goods there. So that's probably shorter than I thought it was going to be. Probably expecting an extra half a metre for that, because I didn't think they were that far off. Maybe the first bit was a bit further off. Okay, that was bad, that one. Again, you can see how that distance and getting goods doesn't necessarily, you can see there's the perfect goods and good goods. We're seeing this in the distance. Can we do it? Come on. Oh, so close. Those were 2 decent throws. The 2 goods there were better than obviously the first attempt, so hence why we got a decent throw there. A bit like the shot put though, the second and third button presses are more important than the first, although in the discus the first is still pretty important. It does differ, so let's just clear a space. I think we probably do one more. I did say 3 attempts at the event, and I normally get a full perfect, so let's see if I can live up to that. But we've got 2 PBs so far out of 3 events. Can we make it 3 out of 4? Not the best start. 72. Oh wow, that went further than we thought, and that was with 2 goods. So maybe if I do get 3, we will get a PB. Oh, so close. That's going to be another good throw. A slight improvement, as the good was slightly better than the previous. Final one. Oh, I didn't. I've not lived up to my reputation, but we got 2 perfects there with the good at the start. Okay, so you can see that the second and third press have the biggest difference on the discus. That also says you get 3 perfects. That's I will be getting a PB on that event. Go on, we'll do one more. On the basis I said I'd get 1 out of every 3 attempts, and I've done 3. Surely it's coming now in the 4th. I do really want this 3rd PB, because that would make it pretty good for the video, 3 PBs. But we've shown that actually we can get 3 PBs. Good start. Oh. Okay, the second press was pretty close, the third one was pretty poor, hence why it's back at just under 72 metres. I think if we get the other press, we're probably at 73 there. Come on. Oh, and we're just out again. That's probably going to be a similar distance. Yeah, very similar distance. And we need a PB to win the event, because we have got the Brazilian ahead of us. Oh, just short. I thought I was going to clutch that up. Well, I'll tell you what, not even 3 perfects, and we now have a new PB. So we know we can do more than that. I reckon we're probably going to get to 74.5. Okay, that was pretty good. So on that basis, we will call it a day. Yeah, we'll call that a day on that, and we will. Hang on 1 second, I need to get rid of something. There's an advert playing in the background on my tablet. Yeah, so we got 3 PBs out of 4. Not bad. Next up is going to be, we know we've got Tribe Challenge coming up. Because we'll get unlimited attempts, we're going to try doing some things. I was having a conversation with Calix over at BVB. And we're going to look at lane draws. We're going to look at that, especially in the sprints. Does your lane draw, we spoke about variance, but is the variance dictated by lane draw? And we'll do some testing on that. So that's it for today. It's a little bit of a longer video, but hopefully what it's shown is some good stuff. Doing a triple upgrade, you know we can get more out of the discus. We just got to hit those 3 perfects, and yeah, that is it for today. So like, share, subscribe, comments below. But 3 PBs out of 4, that's not bad. I'll see you in the next video.